every small business has to realize and understand that marketing online is no more a luxury. It is a necessity of the time. This is the best time to start advertising online.
Hey you guys, thank you so much for joining in. Today is World Social Media Day. And hey, what better way to celebrate that than with the best minds in the industry. Today we have Faisal who has joined us from Brandslane and we are super excited about this. And guess what? Today's session, he is also going to be talking about something which is extremely relevant to you right now. How do you face and tackle the situation right now, and how can you capitalize on this as soon as things start to settle down? Hey, we're super optimistic. We are sure that we will get out of this and come out stronger, and Faisal is going to show us exactly how to do that. So over to you, Faisal and Sindhu. So the next 30 to 40 minutes are going to be extremely useful. Make sure you have your questions ready. Faisal will definitely answer them. Make sure you tweet them out, put them out on LinkedIn. We'll make sure we get Faisal to answer them for you as well. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Happy Social Media Day. All right, Sindhu. And on that note, remember, did you check the cool email which you got right now? That was sent through HandySends, which is a partner of Sendrit. Make sure you check them out as well. All right, guys. Sindhu, over to you. She's our Tribe's chief, and she will be your host for today as well.
Thank you, Kaushik. Thank you. Hi, Faisal. Thank you for joining us today, and happy World Social Media Day to everyone out there. I'm so happy today because we are having Faisal, one of the finest marketing minds in India, from the top marketing agency, one of the top marketing agencies in India. Welcome, Faisal. Thank you for being with us today. And to introduce Faisal, I have to go back to his college days because that is when he started his career in sales. One fine day, he felt that weird feeling of excitement, enjoyment, fun, and fire to do something when he hit his first sale. That was very interesting, and he got hold of it actually and never let that go thereafter. Team Brandslane is helping a lot of e-commerce clients out there. uh, Anyone, no one can claim themselves as the successful person unless and until they share their success formula to the leader. In that way, Brandslane and Faisal, I would call themselves as a very successful team together because they're doing a great job. I should say that one of their, or not one of their, a lot of their FMCG clients have seen a 600 percentage of improvement in their investment in their sales just because of their teamwork in 1 month. I'm not exaggerating at all. I know the data is whopping, but it's true. It's not just one client, but with many clients. The team is doing an awesome job out there, and we couldn't find a better speaker to address on this very sensitive topic: social media marketing in the post-pandemic world. It's very sensitive, and he will be the right person to address on it. The next 30 to 40 minutes is going to be minutes of wisdom to stay with us till the end. We have a lot of exciting news to share at the end. Stay with us, and it's all yours, Faisal.
Thank you for the bombastic introduction, Sindhu. To everybody out there, first of all, a very happy Social Media Day. And yeah, it has been a crazy ride since I left corporate and got into online sales. And yeah, the 600% growth, that was like, I guess, about a year ago. And since then, we have had multiple FMCG clients, F&B clients, apparel clients, and that is like the standard growth rate through social media. Yeah. So yeah. So let's begin this. So I have prepared a presentation for all of you people to address this point analytically. And since I come from an e-commerce background, I am going to look at the entire business problem from an ROI and a business mind, not from a very creative or engagement sense of view. So yeah, this is going to be entirely for people who are small businesses who are trying to generate revenue using social media and online platforms. So yeah, I think I should be sharing my screen now. Okay, so now we are going to be discussing a very, very important topic to social media in current times. Uh, Basically, social media marketing in the post-pandemic world. So the entire world just saw and is still seeing a pandemic of COVID-19 right now, and sales and businesses can never stop. You just have to roll with the punches and shift with the market. So what is social media? What role is social media going to play in this shifting scenario for small and big businesses alike? This is what my entire session is going to be around. So first of all, a little bit about me. I'm Brandslane. So I am an e-commerce agency founder, and as already told by Sindhu, how I got my first sale that started off a chain of events in my life that I just wanted to go after that feeling, and that is the reason that I found Brandslane with my co-founder Anand Mishra, and we are basically a creative and performance and a data-driven marketing company, and we help D2C e-commerce brands increase their revenue and dream bigger. We are totally ROI centric. So I guess that is somewhere all small businesses can learn from. Be ROI centric. So this entire session is going to be a couple of graphs. I'm not going to be writing down a lot of bullet points, and all the graphs are going to lead to a very simple conclusion. That is what my intention is, because 1,000 words do not compare anything about, as compared to a single picture. So let's start off. So this is the graph which was taken in March of 2020 from US. So it simply shows that how many people, what the public perception was regarding social media, how many people thought their usage of social media is going to increase during and after the COVID-19 pandemic. And YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram seem to be the clear winner. Like that, this is what the people think they are going to spend maximum of their time on, as compared to other platforms like Twitter, Snapchat, blogs, LinkedIn. So these three were initially and still are the clear winners. Going a little bit further, this is what the businesses think. That if you can just look at it, 45% of businesses think that they are going to be moderately have to tweak their marketing and their marketing efforts, basically, and their branding efforts to go with the current times. And subsequently, 57% of them think that COVID is going to have a lasting impact on the way that they perform businesses, and they have to change, right? But not going to, you can say, change the entire business model, but they have to tweak themselves with the time. This is what the majority of the opinion, if you can look at this graph and get the gist of it. Now, this is a very important graph and very close to me. This is a purely sales-centric graph. Shopify is one of the leading companies when it comes to e-commerce platforms. It is one of the closest competitors to Amazon, which is like the biggest online retailer in the world, right? So you can see that in the month of February, and compare that to the month of June, which is right now, the value of Shopify stock has increased, which is a clear indicative of that where the people are shifting, where businesses are shifting. Online commerce. All these strategies and all this attention that these graphs are showing, the attention of the consumer is shifting, and so are the businesses. The businesses, since the month of April, have shifted hugely on Shopify. Just to say that a lot of businesses have started their online sales. They have opened up online shops. They started their own website. They started, getting customers online. Just to add on to that, this is 𝗻𝗁𝗁𝗻𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁. He is the CTO of Shopify, and on 16th of April, he shot a very amazing tweet. And to give you a background of it, he said that every day during this COVID-19 pandemic, they were seeing traffic which is equal to that observed during the Black Friday weekend in US. Black Friday is the biggest online sales event, which is somewhere around Thanksgiving in the month of November. And that is like the year's highest number, which you can see right here. And compare that to what the traffic is on the platform right now. It is equal. And every day, Shopify is seeing customers shop as much as they did on that particular weekend. So it is a clear indicative of where customers' attention is shifting and how their purchase behavior is shifting. Social media plays like the hugest, you can say that it has the biggest proportion currently when it comes to you can say a sales channel for online. Like a lot of companies invest a lot in social media and Google as compared to other platforms. So just to add on to this, about 49% of business owners think and actually agree that the entire social media model that their company uses has to become more performance centric, which is their advertising spend, that the money they are spending on their advertising, it needs to be more performance driven. No more engagement and no more fluff, you can say. They have to generate sales. And that is something that we at Brandslane also do. We help our clients generate more sales. We are more performance centric. So that is what even the businesses agree on right now, that this is the time for getting sales. And that is what the advertising has to be focused towards. These are the proportions which marketingcharts.com came up with after researching and having conversations with multiple marketing professionals and agencies on where their social media spend is going to be on. And as you can see, it is maximum on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. These are, as I already suggested in my previous slide, these are going to be the major game changers where small businesses can actually grow their revenue. And this is where a majority of advertising budget is going to shift towards. We ourselves use Facebook and Instagram ads to generate a massive amount of sales for our clients. Yeah, so as I said, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I think I've shown a lot of pictures for you to actually realize where the trend is shifting. The eyeball of the entire world is shifting towards social media. During this time, we have seen, from a very rudimentary aspect, we have seen so many trends start up, so many hashtag competitions on Instagram, so many trends popularized, and so many niches popularized, and subsequently so many popular niches die. Like travel as an industry, that is worse right now, right? So that hashtag wanderlust is no more as appealing as it used to be. So every small business has to realize and understand that marketing online is no more a luxury. It is a necessity of the time, because the only way you can get your customer is by getting in front of them, by advertising in front of them, because the eyeballs, the attention right now in all of these digital media, this phone, that is where the attention right now is, not even locally. The thing is global, as you have already seen in all of these graphs. If you can make a story out of all the data points I have showed you, the attention of the world is on social media, and that is where the commerce is shifting as well. So from a small business's ROI perspective, not even small, even a big business's ROI perspective, for B2C as well as for B2B, this is the best time to start advertising online. And that would be my presentation. Short and sweet, but I made my point. Yeah, is that cool? I need to stop this.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. I wanted it to be just data driven, not much theory and not much, it bores people looking at a lot of points, and I hate doing that.
All right. Wow. I mean, that was a lot to take in the sense. I mean, so I've attended a lot of sessions in which we're talking for hours and hours together, and you're still thinking, hey, what am I getting out of that? But hey, now it was just 20 minutes, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is how data is impacting, and this is how the industry is going to grow. So this is what I should capitalize on. Thank you so much for that, Faisal.
Yeah. I always think that graphs are like the best way of showing somebody what they're actually doing and what direction they should go to. So that is the reason I just went totally deep into the data stuff and see what actually is going to help people realize. Like when you say something, it doesn't impact people, but when you show it that this is what the world is doing, this is what the marketers are saying, this is what the businesses are doing globally, I think that always leads to a better, more informative decision on part of any business. So that is the reason I am a very graph-oriented person.
Speaking of these graphs, Faisal, yeah. So speaking of these graphs, what are some metrics that you're super focused towards? So, like for example, when we talk about blogs, we say, hey, open rate, like the number of visits and all that stuff. Right? What are some metrics which you always focus on and you think are extremely important that people should focus?
Definitely. Yeah, so we actually have this. I prefer calling it the metrics of relevance. So you can look at the important metrics from a sales funnel perspective. So when a person looks at an ad, what are the chances, the probability of sale is higher when a person clicks on the ad. So the first thing that I always look at is the CTR percentage, which is the click-through rate. How many people are actually clicking on the ad? I know how many people it's going to reach and how many other impressions, those are fine, but how many people are actually clicking on the ad and going to the website? What is the landing page view and what is the cost of getting one person on the website? After that, I look at you can say, from an e-commerce perspective, we look at the cost of getting a conversion, which is how much did I have to spend to get the person to put the product in the cart, then how much amount did I spend to get the person to the checkout, and then how much did it cost me to get the person to buy. So this is CAC, CAC, which is cost of acquiring a customer. Then after that, we need to check what is the return on advertising spend, which is if I'm spending $100 and I am making $1,000, then that is a 10x return on advertising spend. So we need to track that. And a lot of people, a lot of businesses stop just on the return on advertising spend, which we call ROAS. We need to look more beyond that and look at the ROI. Because even if a business is having a high return on advertising spend, doesn't make it profitable. So you need to make sure that your client or your business or your firm is totally, you can say, profitable and hit that return on advertising spend, which makes you profitable. So yeah, it's totally numbers driven, but these would be the initial numbers I always look at. The cost of acquiring. An acquisition can be getting the person on the website, getting the person to the cart, getting the person to buy, getting the person to view your product, view the content. So these are all the acquisition stages and all different, you can say, steps in an entire sales funnel. So track all the cost and all the values of that cost. So if I am getting 6 people to put product on the cart, what is the value of that product they have put in the cart? So all these numbers, there's a lot of numbers, like thousands of them, but the important one tells the right story.
Makes perfect sense. Thank you, Faisal. Also, Faisal, so we have these buzzwords going around every once in a while, right? And now one of these buzzwords is empathy. Everyone's like, be empathetic. Even if they don't understand the meaning of empathy, they'll be like, be empathetic. And of course, we as brands have to be empathetic. We need that connect. We need to convey to our customers. However, I love the way how you said, hey, life must go on. Sales and business must go on. And sales has to happen. Like, so sales being the lifeline of an organization, you need money coming into the bank. At the same time, you can't force your product onto people. So how do you be empathetic while you also continue with your sales aspects? Like, what would you say should be the level of empathy, and what is your take on this?
Well, you have to have a certain level of empathy. Like from a business's perspective, you need to have a certain level of empathy for the customer. And the best way of getting sales along with empathy is addressing that pain point. Like if you're empathetic towards the person, like let's talk about COVID itself. You know that people are not going to buy your travel package. People are not going to buy your maybe your apparel. Apparel is highly hit because you dress up to go out. You can't go out. So a lot of brands have done this. They have become empathetic towards it. They have made new collections just to address this, that hey, we are there for you, work from home, clothes 30% off. That's empathy. Along with sales, you address the problem that people can't go out, people can't socialize. If you are a restaurant owner, I would say just start off a small event, 100 people Zoom call, and it's a party. You guys can come, you guys can bring your own beer. We are going to organize the Zoom call. You can sit with your friends on the Zoom call. We can all dance. We can all have this is just a suggestion, but that is what you need to see. Put yourself in the feet of the customer, see what they are feeling, and how can your brand currently help them, right? How can they do so? So yeah, there are not many travel companies also which if they can get their head straight. I'm not a travel guy, but if they can get their head straight, create a nice, awesome digital product, some you can say hovering around the concept of travel and help these people, go to different places in whichever way they can. Maybe they can have a group, I don't know, AR, VR kind of a thing that they are artificially taking people to these places or whatever, right? So yeah, these are industries which are going to take shape in the next decade. But that's just an idea. Just to address your question, I went a little futuristic, but get yourself in the feet of the customer and see if your current offer and your current numbers and inventory or whatever and your capabilities, can they help your customers right now? Because you have to get in sales and you have to solve a problem. Only then you'll get sales. That's my answer.
I think everybody watching this just has a new business idea right now. So
I think this is the right time to start your sales.
yeah, thank you so much for that clarity, Faisal. So also one more interesting note on that topic, which is also tying back to this whole idea of what we were talking about. So you showed us how these charts work and how we clearly see the numbers talk. At the same time, there are a lot of people who are also telling us, hey, don't even run ads at all, which we're not really sure. And we wanted you to throw some light on that because people are like, hey, no, you should not even run ads. But every single day, I open my phone and the first thing I see is a pop-up or an ad. So ads still work. People should continue to run ads.
See, if you take it from a lot of people understand the offline perspective better, so I'll do it. Whenever there is a weekly mandi or vegetables are being sold, there are so many thelas and so many people out there, and the one who is shouting the most and getting the best offer, like cheapest carrots right now, that's the guy who wins. You cannot survive in this cluttered space without showing off and showing up every day. That is a given. No consumer owes your business anything or your product anything. There have been better products than Apple. There have been better products than Microsoft. But these are the companies which were at the top even now. So that's the gist of it. That right now, from an advertising perspective, CPMs are comparatively lower. The attention is comparatively higher. That is, just to give an idea, advertiser and audience. This is a demand and supply kind of a thing. So the supply is high and the demand right now is low. You can say for, my bad, I went opposite. Yeah, the demand is high and supply in that sense that ad spots on Facebook are lying empty compared to previous times, because a lot of businesses are not advertising right now. So this is a good time for you to voice your business, right? This is a good time for you to show up, because from the numbers perspective, if you've already seen the numbers, like every business is going online, every customer is online. So it's 1:1. You have to be online to get that customer. It's a game set match.
Alright, so I'm gonna throw another firebomb at you on the same note again. So I mean, I love the way how you're handling with like taking up all these questions, and I especially love the way how you just phrased that. Thank you so much, Faisal. So here's one more thing which is continuing on that note, but it's a lot trickier. So what if your client is frustrated because of the pandemic? How do you handle that situation?
It depends.
I know, yeah, it's a little vague, I understand, but just any take on that, because people are like, again, they're like, our frustration is coming out. Say, hey, I don't even want to buy anything, just leave me alone. how do you even encourage or even motivate these people to understand the power of social media? And hey, you can capture.
Yes, to add upon that, especially on the investment part, a lot of people have literally lost their business and they are struggling to survive at this point of time. And investment on the ads is something they think that if this is out of our scope. We may not be doing this like that. So, how do you make them convinced that this would actually save them?
Right, right. Yeah, so that's where the empathy part comes in. That's obvious that a lot of people do not have everything sorted right now. Like even for us, Brandslane, when March hit, a majority of our clients paused. So that's where the sales come in, man. You have to get the business running in any manner, or you can just declare bankruptcy. So there are multiple alternatives. See, even if you look at it from a customer point of view, there are multiple alternatives. So for a brand, let's say I have a t-shirt brand. I have a t-shirt brand and I want to get sales. So first of all, if you do not have the money to do it, go organic. How organic? On as many platforms as you can. So the best way of getting sales is from getting a shout out, right? Whatever current customers you have or acquired, send them an email. That an email is free, right? If you made a list, email is free. Like, just send them an email that, hey guys, join our messenger group, join our WhatsApp group, show us some love on Instagram, start retweeting that. Even without ads, that's going to work. So you have to find a way around it. If you can generate leverage with some celebrity or some even a local celebrity, just to like, there are pages which give shout outs at just 500 rupees, right? So if you give them 500 rupees, they are going to give you a shout out for like 6 to 12 hours, and you can get a good customer base right there. And if you can do that, you don't have to invest in ads. But if you can do that kind of shout outs every day, and if you can get to a local celebrity, if you can get to somebody who has high leverage, if you can look into your network, that is how businesses work. So there is an organic, point of view to that as well. You can go to Facebook groups, you can find the right customers right there. You can create a better offer. You can re-solidify your entire backend systems. So like, even if you don't want to spend, you can get customers. Yeah, it will be comparatively slower, and obviously it takes a lot more time. And that is the reason you have to today itself start building your brand in a sense that you acquire your I'll be very honest here. The point of advertising early is that you don't have to advertise in the long run. Nike can survive without advertising a single day. It can. It definitely can. Nikes and Adidas and these big brands and Puma, I don't think they were hit that much by this pandemic. I doubt that you and I have forgotten their names, right? Because they advertised heavily initially itself. So start getting customers from day one. Take this as a lesson of the pandemic. This happened 10 years ago in recession as well. That generation learned a lot from that, and this is our recession. And 10 years from now, there will be another recession, because recessions have a cycle. So learn from this. That the point, and this is the point of this, that the idea of advertising heavily is so that you do not have to advertise in the future that much, because then you can actually have a brand already. So I used to give a perspective on LinkedIn. Initially, I used to post 6 to 7 times a day. Now I post just once. I think the point has been made. So even if you have to advertise organically or inorganically, whichever way possible.
That's great. So organic or inorganic, but we have to shout out loud.
Yeah.
That's great. I have one question, Kaushik.
Yes, please.
So, Faisal, what do you think? You have dealt with a lot of different clients so far, and what do you think as the one factor that all the organizations should avoid after this pandemic on the social media? Out
Uh,
of excitement or curiosity or urge, this they should not do. Your advice on that?
my advice would be that they should not, uh, you know, usually this is not my advice, but for a brand, they should not put the sales above the brand if they can do it all again. If there is a chance of making an emotional connection, if there is a chance of actually getting in sync with the customer, then they should focus on the brand. There are a lot many drop shipping stores which are just sales centric, that they run ads for 3 months, they get the sales, they shut down the store, right? And the point of that is a sales centric thing. But if you are a brand and you are doing so, it is wrong. If you are not treating your Instagram like a brand should, if you're not posting consistently, right? Because when I buy a piece of shoe, a cloth, or even when I buy a shoe, I check out their Instagram first. Even if they are running an ad, I go to their Instagram. What kind of brand is? Oh, just 4 posts. I'm not buying from this. They look like they're fraud. So, and I'm pretty sure everybody does that. So treat your brand as your baby. Like, a lot of businesses don't do that. They forego on it, but focus on that along with sales as well. So sales is important. Plus, if you can start building your brand better, if there is any tweaking you can do, I would always suggest that. I've seen a lot of businesses not do that. So I would suggest that do that organically as well as inorganically. Yeah.
Fabulous. So it's about the brand, right?
Yes, brand is very important. Like, a lot of people emphasize a lot on brand, but you have to focus on sales as well. But brand is important as well. So it is not a give take that I can have only one. You need both.
That's great. Yes, of course. So whether it is pandemic or post-pandemic, it's all about the brand. Businesses should focus on the brand, building the brand, rather than pushing the rate.
Right.
Over to you, Kaushik.
All right. So I have one last question for you, Faisal.
Sure.
What would be your post-pandemic checklist? So these are things that people should do. These are things people should focus on.
From a business perspective?
Yeah, ideally, or social media. Or it could even be your take on businesses in general. What do you think? What would be your checklist for Brandslane?
For Brandslane, it's all going to be about getting more clients. It's all that's the only checklist, because performance is something that we already know that we can deliver. Getting more clients in our and that can be translated into any business, right? Getting more customers in a sense that they don't leave you, and for that you need a good customer pampering system, which can be, for which social media can be used. Your customers should feel pride in associating yourself with you, right? That I use this brand. This is the toothpaste that I use. I'm not leaving this, right? So use your social to communicate. Whatever platforms you can be on as a business, be on that. Like, I personally, because I'm a single man, I use only LinkedIn and Facebook for my sales. But as a brand, as a big brand, as a business entity, you need more exposure. So Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, if you can. Whichever platform you think that your customer is there, contextualize your content and contextualize your business's message as per that platform, and advertise heavily from day one itself. TikTok is very cheap. TikTok is damn cheap. So why not? A lot of businesses don't. And I know a person who just made over 1 crore in like two months, I guess, just using TikTok ads. Just using TikTok ads.
Whoa, that's crazy.
That would be mine.
All right. Yeah, I mean, why aren't we capitalizing on that now? As you said, definitely.
Yeah. Yep.
Lovely. Yes, Indu. Any other questions for Faisal?
I do have multiple questions, Kaushik, but I don't think this session would be enough for this. And I'm very sure that all the participants or the viewers out there do have a lot of questions. And Faisal will be able to answer all of your questions for sure on LinkedIn, on whatever social media handles he's active on all the social media handles. You can reach out to him anytime.
Yep.
On that note, where can
can
people
ask
find
him.
you, Faisal? Oh, right. I'm sorry. Yes.
You
Yeah,
can ask.
I'm most active on LinkedIn and Instagram.
That's great. Actually, you can ask him anything. If you want to ask how to start a digital marketing agency, you would be answering that. How to build up your personal branding on LinkedIn, you would be answering that. Whatever in digital
Yeah.
marketing is there for you. I saw in one of his posts, actually, one of his connections mentioned him as a Google of digital marketing.
You research a lot. Yeah,
I
that
do.
was, I
You
remember that
have a
time.
lot
I
to.
remember that.
Yeah, Faisal somehow lives up to that as well. So thank you so
Thank,
much for
Definitely.
joining us today, Faisal.
thank you. Thank you for having me, guys. This was a great session. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Faisal. It means a lot to us.
Alright, you guys. So, if you, as Cinder mentioned, Faisal is super active on LinkedIn and on social. Find him on any platform you're on. He's super approachable, and he was someone who's also extremely passionate about the entire realm of social and digital. He's up to helping anybody grow there as well. So, thank you so much for joining in. Hey, what were your top two biggest takeaways, or do you have any other questions? If you have any other suggestions or feedbacks as well, make sure you send them out on LinkedIn, Twitter, anywhere. Make sure you tag the handle and Faisal as well so we're able to find you. We have a lot of goodies in store for you, so you don't want to miss out on those. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you bookmark this page so you can also find all the other sessions which are coming in, which are going to be going live one after the other. And we will see you in the next session. Thank you so much for joining in again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. We have a lot in the store. We are revealing one by one. Stay with us.
Hold up, just before we leave, this summit will not be possible without you, our speakers, and our exquisite sponsors, HandySends. HandySends are the official partners of Twilio Sendgrid, arguably one of the best mailing tools out there, right? These cool emails we're sending you, as I mentioned, were sent to you through HandySends as well. So make sure you check them out. They make the life of all developers and marketers alike easy. It's completely plug and play. Make sure you check them out, as I mentioned. And for the summit attendees, they have this cool 6 months for free offer, and their pro plans are at 20% off as well. Make sure you find the link down there, and we will see you in the next session. Make sure you send out all your social shares with hashtag #ThankYouSocial, thanking the power of social and our digital heroes. I will see you in the next session.